Hurricane Ian has left many dead and displaced. As rescue workers and other relevant authorities are doing their best to save lives and maintain order, there's been a new development. NASA-built weather sensors have captured important data on the hurricane, and we'll be telling you all there is to know about it and other related news regarding the aftermath of America's latest natural disaster. Keep watching this video. What data did the NASA-built weather sensors capture? It has been reported that two recently launched NASA-built sensors, designed to provide forecasters data on the weather over the open ocean, captured images of Hurricane Ian on Tuesday, September 27, 2022, as the storm approached Cuba on its way north toward the U.S. mainland. The two sensors are the Compact Open Wind Vector Radiometer and the Temporal Experiment for Storms in Tropical Systems, or CALVR, and Tempest. Both these tools are installed on board the International Space Station, and from there, they monitor the Earth's atmosphere and surface. Data from the CALVR and the Tempest have confirmed that the hurricane passed in low Earth orbit over the Caribbean Sea at about 12:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, after which it made landfall in Cuba's Pinar del Rio province at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Ian was a Category 3 hurricane at this time, and its wind speed was estimated at 125 miles per hour. What do the images in the capture mean? According to the capture, the white area shows the presence of clouds, while the green areas indicate rainfall. The yellow, red, and black shades indicate areas where water vapor and air were moving most swiftly. The image shows the center of Hurricane Ian, spotted just off Cuba's southern coast. It also shows the island is covered by rain and heavy winds. CALVR and Tempest transferred the data from these images back to Earth in a direct stream via NASA's Tracking and Data Relay satellite constellation, and the data were processed at JPL, after which they were made available to forecasters less than 2 hours after collection. How does the CALVR work? The CALVR is as small as a mini fridge and measures natural microwave emissions across the open ocean. And as the amount of rain in the atmosphere increases, so too does the magnitude of its emissions. The stronger the rains, the stronger the microwave emissions. Tempest is about the size of a regular cereal box, and it traces microwaves at a much smaller wavelength. This allows it to detect ice particles around the hurricane's cloudy regions, which have been pushed into the upper atmosphere by the storm. The U.S. Space Force is responsible for funding the CALVR project, while NASA funded Tempest. The U.S. Space Test Program Houston 8 hosts the instruments on the space station under Space Force funding in partnership with NASA. Death toll from Hurricane Ian surpasses 100 in Florida. According to reports, the number of people who lost their lives in Florida due to Hurricane Ian has reached at least 101. It was recorded that the storm made landfall at Category 4 strength, which destroyed buildings and buried an unknown number of people under heaps of debris. Rescue teams are currently searching for bodies, surviving or dead, so they can be identified, and their respective families can be informed. But besides the death of loved ones, members of the affected communities will also have to face the difficult task of rebuilding all that was lost. According to Sheriff Carmine Marcino, Lee County alone recorded 54 deaths, an increase from the previously recorded 42. And, as the numbers keep piling up, officials in the county have come under heavy criticism for not announcing evacuation orders early enough. We'll discuss this later in the video. What is the death toll in different counties? As of the time of this video, 24 deaths have been recorded in Charlotte County, and that's double the initial count of 12 deaths. In Collier County, 8 deaths have been reported, while 5 deaths have been recorded in Volusia County. Sarasota County has recorded 3 deaths. Manatee County has recorded 2 deaths, while Hardy, Hillsborough, Hendry, and Polk counties have recorded 1 death each. Unfortunately, Florida wasn't the only city to record deaths due to the hurricane, as 4 people have been reported dead from storm-related incidents in North Carolina. Thankfully, it's been reported by the governor's office that around 1,600 people have been rescued so far in several parts of southwest and central Florida since the hurricane hit. We'll keep you updated as more information is made available to the public. The aftermath of Hurricane Ian. Hurricane Ian has come and gone, but the amount of destruction it caused still lingers behind. Many Florida residents who fled their homes have returned to find them destroyed and unrecognizable. According to reports from PowerOutage.us, almost 500,000 homes and businesses do not have power, and it's expected that there will be no power for the next 30 days, depending on how fast power infrastructure is restored. In the meantime, the National Guard will fly power crews to Sanibel and Pine Islands to determine how much damage has been done and begin working to restore electricity. Power aside, residents of the affected areas will also be without clean tap water as the hurricane damaged water facilities. Backlash over delay in evacuation orders. Lee County officials face heavy criticism regarding failing to order the first mandatory evacuation early. The officials waited a full day after Hurricane Ian's landfall before making the order, which goes against emergency protocol, suggesting that evacuation should have been ordered earlier. Reports claim that there was room for more than 40,000 people in the shelters, but only about 4,000 people showed up. It's believed that many residents chose not to flee their homes as they preferred to stay back and just hope for the best. The reluctance to announce the evacuation order, as well as the sit-tight attitude by some residents, may have been due to a misleading weather forecast, which initially suggested that the hurricane would have the heaviest impact in the north, only to later reveal that the storm had begun shifting to the south. Sheriff Marceno has responded to the backlash of the delayed evacuation order, stating that he believes that Lee County officials made the call at the right time. Marceno said, and I quote, "I'm confident that our county manager, our leaders, our governor, and all of us in law enforcement got that message out at the right time. As you would imagine, this is not the last we will hear about the delayed evacuation order in Lee County, as one or two people will have to take the blame and fall for it. Sanibel Island will be out of commission for a while. During the storm, Sanibel Island was one of the most hard-hit areas, as major parts of the causeway that links to the mainland were destroyed, and as a result, residents are currently trapped on the island, and there's no other land route to follow. Thankfully, search and rescue teams have been flying over the island in search of people needing evacuation. Ground searches are also being conducted. The fire department is also lending a helping hand in evacuating stranded residents. They've also been treating injuries, dispensing medicine, and helping victims get in touch with their families to let them know they're okay. As of the time of this video, more than 400 Sanibel Island residents have been evacuated via helicopter, and even though some residents have chosen to stay behind, they'll continue to be provided with medical care and communication channels to speak with their loved ones. U.S. Coast Guard Commander Rear Admiral Brendan McPherson has said that after he assesses the damage done on Sanibel, the island will be put out of commission for some time. McPherson also said, and I quote, "It was hit very hard," he said. "It does not have water, it doesn't have the basic infrastructure." Keep following this channel, as we'll be bringing you updates on the search and rescue on Sanibel Island and other affected areas. There might be no electricity for months. According to Eric Szilagyi, President and CEO of Florida Power and Light Company, residents of storm-affected counties might not have power for weeks or even months, depending on the extent of the structural damages. As for areas like Charlotte County, FPL expects to restore power up to 95% by Sunday. The company also says they've already restored power to more than 45% of their customers. Fire Department Chief and Emergency Management Director Ryan Lamb said that Cape Coral, just southwest of Fort Myers, has experienced about 98% damage to its power infrastructure, and according to an assessment, it will need total reconstruction. Our condolences go out to the families of those who have lost their lives due to the devastating Hurricane Ian. It'll be nice to visit the comment section to share your prayers and thoughts. Hit the like button and share this video so that more people will know what's happening with the search and rescue operations in several counties in Florida and other affected areas in the U.S. Subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell to stay updated with more updates like this.